Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Southeast District Championship Basketball, coming to you live from the Convocation Center on the campus of Ohio University. Jared Norris and I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action this afternoon. Game 2, Jared, between a highly anticipated matchup between these two teams against the Minford Falcons and the North Adams Green Devils. You and I have talked about it since last Tuesday, and we've spoken about it all week long, ran into people all week long about this matchup between these two teams. What a game this one we are expecting to have here this afternoon.
Well, you know, like you said, we've looked forward to this game all week long since Tuesday night at Waverly High School in the district semifinal Division III matchup. Minford Falcons coming away victorious over the Lynchburg Clay Mustangs, and the North Adams Green Devils coming away victorious that night against, and I'm drawing a blank again on who they played. North Adams.
Yes, North Adams played Valley.
Lucasville Valley. Why couldn't I remember that? We've got a Scioto County team, Minford Falcons, and also another Scioto County team in the same league, the Southern Ohio Conference Lucasville Valley Indians. North Adams came out on top against the the Valley Indians on Tuesday night there. So here we are, Sunday afternoon, almost 4 o'clock in the Convocation Center on the campus of Ohio University. District Championship Division III matchup between the Minford Falcons and the North Adams Green Devils. It's going to be a very, very competitive matchup here this afternoon. It's tough to say who's going to come out victorious in this one, but we are looking forward to that.
The matchup, Jared, that I know everybody's going to want to see is a highly anticipated matchup between Miles Montgomery, number 10, the sophomore point guard from Minford, matching up against Branson Copas. And we've seen both of these guys last Tuesday night absolutely put on a clinic for each team.
Well, and it's going to be a dogfight here this afternoon between those two guys. You have Miles Montgomery, who we just got word before we came on live here, is only 17 points away from 1,000, and he's a sophomore.
Wow. So he will definitely hit that he'll hit that 2,000 point mark, no doubt, in his career.
No question about that. So, I mean, it's just going to be a matter of who can put the ball through the hoop more times here this afternoon.
So, again, a very good officiating crew here this afternoon on tap for you. We don't call out officials' names on the air, but we've refereed. You and I both, Jared, have refereed with this crew, and 3 really good guys out here. And what we try to do as commentators for you, as retired basketball officials, is obviously commentate the game for you, but also look at it from an official standpoint. If we didn't understand a rule, we try to clarify that for you because we're looking at it through the eyes of an official ourselves.
It's always good to see a game of this caliber in the hands of 3 good officials. It's always good to see when you're anticipating a game like this. Going to be high intensity, high atmosphere. I mean, the North Adams game Tuesday night at Waverly was just the electricity in that gymnasium was just crazy high. And we're here to Convo here on a Sunday afternoon, district championship, 2 fantastic teams. So you're glad to see 3 really good veteran officials walk out of the tunnel to officiate this game here this afternoon.
We're about a minute away from opening tap here. Again, we're going to speak about Minford has 2 really good players, Jared, that really done a terrific job last Tuesday night. Under the basket was their 2 big guys and their cousins. And remind everybody again who those 2 boys are.
That is Bennett Kaser, number 1, and number 41, Joe Hanna. Kaser is 6'5", Hanna is 6'7". Hanna's a senior, Kaser's a sophomore, but 4 players. Well, you really can't count out Jackson Shoemaker.
You can't either.
For the Minford Falcons. Obviously can't count out Miles Montgomery. He's 17 points away from 1,000, only as a sophomore. You'll hear Adam Crank's name announced a lot tonight. You'll hear number 24, Noah Martin. You'll hear his name announced a lot tonight. So the Minford roster is just packed full of guys that you're going to hear a lot out of tonight, and you're going to have to hear a lot out of those guys tonight if Minford's going to come away victorious in this ball game. Going over to the North Adams side of the roster, you're going to hear Jace Rothwell a lot tonight. You're going to hear Hunter Brown. You're definitely going to hear a lot from Branson Copas tonight. He's the floor leader out there for the North Adams Green Devils. Butterworth, you're going to hear a lot from him tonight. Carson Osborne, Connor Young, Schweikert, you're going to hear a lot from him. Dylan Reagan, big man in the middle there for the North Adams Green Devils. So this one, stay tuned, folks. It is for sure going to be a dogfight throughout the afternoon here, and it's going to be tough to say who's going to come out on top victorious with this district Division III championship here at the Convo this afternoon. So we are just minutes from tip-off, and I believe we're going to have the national anthem. So during the national anthem, we're going to set our headsets down. Just got word maybe they're not doing the national anthem, and it doesn't look like it. Looks like they're lined up there to do the starting lineups for both teams.
Again, you'll hear in the background a very special person that's very well known around the Southeast District is the announcer from the scorers table, Mr. Lou Hovath. And he's been around for forever and does a tremendous job as the caller from the main table. So you are listening to Southeast District basketball here on BMG Media. Jared Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action here this evening. Again, a highly anticipated matchup between these two teams. They played once again this year, Jared, and Minford was able to come away with a victory. Looking at both of these teams' lineups, Jared, here so far this afternoon, Minford has a lot of youth. They're going to be good for another 2 or 3 years, as well as North Adams. North Adams has a lot of sophomores and juniors as well on their roster. So, Coach Copas has done a tremendous job at North Adams with this group of kids, as well as Coach Shoemaker with the Minford Falcons. So this is going to be a very special afternoon here for us. You don't want to miss it. Be sure and tell all your family and friends to tune into this contest this afternoon. It is free. We do not charge to broadcast live stream with BMG Media. We have sponsorships to cover that. So therefore, which allows us to be able to broadcast this to everybody free of charge. So be sure and tell your family and friends about this.
I started a story about Coach Shoemaker last week, and I'm not going to be able to get all the way through it again today because we're just a couple minutes from opening tip here this afternoon. But to make it real short and sweet, as a young official, I was officiating Minford. I believe we were at Wheelersburg. 3 minutes into the game, I had to give Coach Shoemaker a technical. I got stuck on that sideline over there for the first 3 minutes of the game, and every trip down the floor, Coach Shoemaker was in my ear about something, and I'm like, Coach, all right, I hear you. And he just kept in my ear, kept in my ear, kept in my ear. Finally, I had to give him a technical, and he had to sit the rest of the game. But Coach Shoemaker and I, we've gone way back from his former days at Wellston being the cross-country coach, so we knew each other, and I appreciate a coach like that and a young official like me, him testing me just a little bit, because that's what the game's all about, right?
Trying you on for size to see how good you're going to be able to handle the pressure. Here we go, folks. Ball's getting ready to be tossed in the air. We're ready for high school tournament action here from the Convocation Center in Athens, Ohio. The ball goes in the air. Going to be batted away, and I believe it's going to be.
It's going to go to Minford.
Going to give it to Minford right off the bat. So Hannah going to take the ball out of bounds, going to inbounds it to number 10, and we're going to hear this young man's name all night long. Miles Montgomery goes Mach 3 with his hair on fire all night. Handles the ball extremely
very close
well.
to a 5-second count.
Bounces it back out
Shoemaker.
top to Shoemaker. For the three. Number 34, Jackson Shoemaker. Drains the three. Minford on top, 3-0 out top. Again, Minford trying to keep the ball out of hands of Copas, and ball goes out of bounds. Going to stay North Adams ball as the Minford Falcons knock the ball out of bounds. Again, they're trying to get the ball inbounds to Kopus. They're going to give it inside to number 55. That was Dylan Reagan. Kopus has the ball out top. Coach Kopus on the far side marking out the signals for his club. Rothwell with the ball, passes it over to Kopus, looks at a long three, passes it up. Guarded by number 5 and heavy pressure that time by Hunter Brown. Rebound, Minford comes away with it, passes it ahead, gives it what a give and go. Score by Bennett Kaiser. Falcons up early 5-0 with 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. Kopus with the ball out top, gives it up to Rothwell. Rothwell drives to the left side, turns around, passes it to number 3, and that's a Kessler. Kessler shot up, and he scores for the Green Devils. 5-2 your score here early. Montgomery with the ball out top for the Falcons. Guarded by Hessler. Gives it up to number 5, Brown. Again, Shoemaker for another 3. Ice water in his veins. The freshman. Giving the crowd the 3 signal going down the court. He's feeling it. Downtown 3, no good. Rebound, Falcons. Hessler comes away with it. No, correction, that is Brown. Shoemaker again, no way!
No, but he waves it off, and he calls a travel.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it still counts because it went in.
In the game of horse, that's right. 5:44 to go here in the first quarter, 8-2 your score. Falcons on top of North Adams. Number 14 passes it inside to Rothwell. Rothwell guarded by Brown. Back out top to Kopus, who is guarded by, I think, Kaiser. Inside to Reagan. Reagan working hard. Shot goes up, no good. Batted around. Comes away with it. North Adams is going to bounce it off of Brown's leg from Minford, and it'll stay North Adams ball.
Good offensive awareness play right there by Carson Osborne for North Adams. He saved it from going out of bounds and was able to throw it off of a Minford player's foot.
North Adams gets it inbounds to Osborne. He's a 6-foot senior. Passes it over to Kopus on the left wing. Kopus is not going to get any space at all tonight. What a step back. Kopus with a nice step back. Shot no good. Rebound by Hessler. Back out top to Kopus again, guarded by Brown. North Adams taking the ball out of Kopus's hands and going to run him off the low block. See what happens. They're going to skip it out, back out top to number 14 to Osborne. Back out top to Kopus again. Kopus, Jared, is the wheels on the bus, as we said last game, that makes this thing go round and round for North Adams. Seems like every offensive play goes through Kopus.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
Kopus shoots the 3. No good. Rebound, Brown for Minford. I want to make a quick note. One of the officials on the court tonight, a little over a year ago, what a remarkable recovery he has made. He donated 60% of his liver to one of his best friends.
Wow.
And he is out on the court. His friend is doing amazing, and he is doing amazing. Number 10, Montgomery for the 3, no good. Goes after his own rebound, not going to get it. Number 2, skip it ahead to number 2, and he's going to score, and that's Rothwell. Again, the official on the court's made a complete recovery, and his goal was to get back out here, and he's made it and done an amazing job.
We need more acts of love and kindness like that in this world today.
Georgia number 14, Carson Osborne.
8-4 your score. Minford Falcons over North Adams Devils at this point with 3:44 to go here in the first quarter. Brown with the ball, inbounds it. Oh. Heard the whole crowd on that one. Thought it may have been a foul. The officials chose to pass. Number 14 with the ball, Osborne. Passes it ahead. No good under the basket. Missed the bunny.
It's plays like that where North Adams is going to have to capitalize. if they're getting open looks at the basket like that, they're going to have to capitalize if they're going to stay in this ball game with Minford.
Both teams, Jared, we're seeing so far right now with the intensity level so high, both teams really playing above their heads, meaning that they just need to calm down. Turnovers have become a little bit of an issue for both teams here so far in the first quarter with 3:15 to go in the first.
Number 10, Miles Montgomery. First foul for him. First team foul.
North Adams with the ball out of bounds. Number 14 with a long three, no good. Shoemaker battling for the ball. Kopus comes away with it. Number 23 with another long three. Kopus for another long three. No good. Falcons come away with it. And we have a whistle on the play. We've been calling number 5 for Minford. I've been calling him Hunter Brown. That's number 5 for North Adams. So I'll get it right here eventually.
Yeah, we just got them mixed up there a little bit. We'll be okay.
It's the number 5 that I saw. Just having a little senior moment there. So. But that's the problem. I'm not a senior just yet. I still have a couple years to go.
You got a little lixdexic there, they call it?
That's
or
what
is that
they call it.
Dyslexic, but lixdexic?
Or something to that effect. 2:13 to go in the first. 8-4 is your score. Kopus with the move to the basket. Nice crossover dribble.
Man.
Kopus so far tonight, Jared, having a little trouble getting the ball to drop for him.
And that's definitely not something that you want to see out of either of these teams. I know Minford fans like seeing that from the North Adams side of the ball, and the North Adams side of the fans would like to see that on the Minford side. But as commentators who are really kind of non-biased of both of these teams, like to see good things happen on both sides of the ball to make this a competitive game.
Jared, we quickly remember the pace that North Adams played at last Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah, they just play so
Valley.
fast.
They play so hard and so fast as we understand why they have achieved what they've done. We see Nathan Kopus, the coach of North Adams, his head coach sitting right beside him at the scorer's table.
Yeah.
Coach Earl, I'm like you now. I
believe his head coach was Coach Dave
Young.
Young.
Thomas. Earl
Thomas.
Oh,
that's Earl from University of Rio Grande. Yes,
yes,
absolutely. I was thinking the late, great Coach Dave Young from North Adams that you were referring to.
Minute 25 to go here in the first quarter. Montgomery drives to the paint and loses it. Steal by Kopus. Foul's going to be called, I think, on number 3.
So Montgomery's going to go to the line. And the official had an excellent look at that play right there. He had a perfect angle. From up here, it looked like a clean swat, but from down there, he was looking right at it and made the foul call.
Montgomery's first shot, it is good. Make it 9-5 your score.
Johanna re-enters. Placing Jeffrey Pica.
Minute 23 to go here in the first quarter. Montgomery's second shot, no good. Rebound, number 1, back up shot, no good. Again, Shoemaker going to get called for on the back, not over the back.
So I want to point out right there the great box-out job by Cameron Butterworth for North Adams. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, boxing Shoemaker out, and he got the foul call on Shoemaker for going on the back.
And if you're listening tonight, you'll understand that we call it on the back, not over the back. That's the actual official ruling of the call. Rothwell with the ball, passes it off to Kopus out top. Kopus still looking to hit an outside shot. Again, very, very good ball handler and moves to the basket. What a one-handed scoop to the shot. No good, in and out. Rebound, Falcons. Number 24 coming away with it. That's Noah Martin. Kicks it ahead to Montgomery. Montgomery crossover dribble to the rack.
Wow.
Score.
Great drive to the basket by Miles Montgomery. And we just very well might see him reach the 1,000-point mark right here tonight at the Convo.
11-5 your score. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Rothwell with the ball out top for North Adams. Kicks it over to number 23. That is Schweikert. Kopus with the ball back out at half top. 18 seconds to go here in the first. 11-5 your score. The Falcons on top. North Adams pulling it back out. Going to go for one shot here. Kopus with the ball out top, looking to penetrate. Looks to step back. Passes it over to number 11. He's going to shoot the three, and that is Camden Butterworth. So at the end of one, the mighty Minford Falcons 11, North Adams Devils 5. Again, we want to shout out to our sponsors here. General Mills of Wellston for sponsoring our live coverage of the OHSAA District Basketball Tournament. General Mills of Wellston is the preferred employer in Southeast Ohio and are currently offering a $1,000 retention bonus for all new hires. Apply today at careersgeneralmills.com or by scanning the QR code shown on your screen throughout the game. Thank you, General Mills, for your sponsorship. And also Lockard Insurance in Wellston. I'd like to thank Lockard Insurance of Wellston for sponsoring the coverage for the OHSAA District Basketball Tournament. Lockard Insurance is also a preferred insurance provider in Southeast Ohio, and their agents are ready to take your call and see how they can help you with your home and auto insurance needs. Give them a call at 740-384-2020, and they can help you with all of your insurance needs. Back here at the Convo, the mighty Minford Falcons 11, North Adams Green Devils 5. Again, some more sponsors here. We're going to run those down for you here in just a few moments. 8 minutes back on the clock. We're ready to get action back underway here.
Green Devils possession to begin the second period.
Kopus with the ball out top for North Adams. Kicks it over to number 3. That's Hessler. Back out top to Kopus. Back over to Rothwell. Back over to number 3, Hessler. Looks like Reagan and Shoemaker kind of pushing on each other under the basket. Shoemaker's a nice size young man for a freshman. Being able to start at this level in high school in a district championship game.
As we mentioned Tuesday night, that's Coach Shoemaker's son.
Rothwell with the ball out top again. Minford just playing outstanding defense. North Adams number 3 has it, and that's Hessler. Back to number 2, Rothwell. Again, patience by North Adams as well. Passes it down inside to Reagan. Reagan's using some of his body, kicks it out into the corner, back out top to number 14, Osborne. Osborne, nice spin move to the paint. Number 2 takes it. Rothwell
nice
shot
move.
Up and score. Great patience on that series, Jared.
Absolutely. That's how you execute an offense right there, and you work it, and you get the good shot.
Montgomery with the ball out top for Minford. Shoemaker for the big guy. Hand on the rock. Kopus comes away with the slick steal. Takes it to the length of the court, shoots an easy layup, and scores. And here we go, 2-point game. 6:25 to go in the half.
It's Green Devils' quarter so far.
11-9 your score. Highly anticipated matchup between these two teams all week long. Shoemaker with the ball out top, guarded by Reagan. Pass inside to number 1. That goes to Kaiser. Kaiser back out to number 5. Get it right this time to Crank. Montgomery with the ball out top. Back over to Crank. Inside to Kaiser. Back to, he gets, nope, the official. And that's where you get a quality crew is going to catch that every time. And Shoemaker tagged with a travel on the play.
I'm going to say this. I don't necessarily agree with that call. And like we've said, we're non-biased to either of these teams. We have absolutely nothing in either of these teams. We're two old Wellston boys, right? Maybe that would make us biased towards some of these teams. I don't know. But I don't agree with that call right there. Why? Because I don't think he had control of the ball as he was coming down the middle of the paint. He was bobbling it the whole way. Yeah, everybody wants a travel right there, but it's not necessarily a travel. You got to have control of the ball before you can travel. I don't think he did. That's just me.
Kopus to the rack again. Shot.
He bailed him out. And again, we were talking about these guys being a veteran crew. I disagree with that call. I think he bailed him out right there. I think Shoemaker's got his. We were talking about this last game. Why penalize the defensive player when all he's doing is standing there, and the offensive player is creating all of the contact? So how can you? And now Shoemaker's got to go out of the game and sit because he's picked up 2 fouls.
Good coaching move by Coach Shoemaker with 5:41 to go in the half, giving some instruction to his player and his son. And folks, we're down to a 1-point game, which all indications started out Minford was going to try to run away with this thing. And now North Adams playing how they play. Never say die or give up. Right back to a 1-point game, 11-10 your score. Hannah with the ball out top, passes it back over to Crank. Inside to Kaser.
Oh. That's a good call right there by the official. Bennett Kaser, anytime you swing your elbows and you make contact with the defender in the face, that's an automatic offensive foul. And when you go to the higher levels in basketball, when you get up to the college level, then you start looking at flagrant fouls right there. Just for that, even though it may not be intentional, you still look at what we have called a flagrant 2 foul at the next level in college basketball.
North Adams looking, as I get ready to say that, looking to maybe take the lead on this possession. They turn it over and out of bounds with 5:06 to go here in the half. Again, what a defensive matchup so far tonight, 11-10. That's all the points so far that's been scored in this half.
And that's very surprising with the caliber that these two teams are, only having 11 points and 10 points here halfway through the second quarter of this ball game. But a defensive matchup we've got here this afternoon. Great follow-up. Nope, that's Hannah. It's Joe Hannah.
With the putback. Minford hangs on to the lead. 13-10 your score. For a 3. No good. The
Kopus.
North Adams comes away with it. Kicks it over into the corner, back out to number 3. Back out top to Kopus with 4:20 to go in the half. Kopus with a downtown 3, and he ties it. That was an encourage maker right there. That's the first outside shot I believe Kopus made all afternoon. Montgomery playing, again, the upbeat intensity type player that he is, drives to the rack and draws the foul.
Montgomery just goes so hard to the basket. And the main thing is when you're going strong to the basket is you go under control, and that's what he does. He goes under control, hard to the basket, draws the foul at the line for 2 shots.
His first shot rattles around, it goes down, puts Minford back on top by 1. Again, a shout out to some of our folks to Rubyville Community Church, Jared, as they all asked me this morning at church, hey, you boys going to be broadcasting today? And I said, yes, sir.
Is that how they asked you to?
Some of them did, yeah. They're just good old boys.
Oh, yeah.
Greatest church on the planet, Rubyville Community Church. 4 minutes to go in the half. The Falcons, rather, up by 1.
You've live streamed too many games this year, haven't you?
A bunch.
Keep track of all these teams.
With ice water in these veins. Puts Coach North Adams on top by 2. Coach Shoemaker takes a quick timeout, Jared.
Good time for Coach Shoemaker to take a timeout right there. The tables have kind of turned towards North Adams right here. So good time for Coach Shoemaker to take a timeout, settle his boys down, get a game plan back together, and see what they can do.
So Kopus starting to warm up just a bit here late in the first half. Started out very cold, but the last 2 shots for him have been threes.
And, we talked about this last game, the atmosphere of the convo. Sometimes that can mess with players. Sometimes with the backdrop looking different behind the baskets, just the atmosphere of a big arena like this, sometimes that can get to a player, and sometimes it might take a quarter or 2 for a guy to actually settle in, get zoned in, get dialed into the basket there to where they can start going to work.
3:45 remaining here in the half. North Adams now up by 2. 16-14 your score. Montgomery with the ball, passes it ahead to Hannah. Hannah back out top to Montgomery. Guarded by number 23, Schweikert. Back to Montgomery for the 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound, Copas, North Adams. This young man has just got a nose for the basketball.
Yep.
Guarded by Montgomery. These 2 guys just going at it. You love watching 2 kids play hard like these 2 guys are doing. Copas maybe have gotten kneed Jared in the thigh just a second ago.
Either the thigh or the groin there, maybe.
What a step back.
Oh,
and he does another one. It's a 2. He has got the step back jumper down perfectly.
Like MJ.
Now North Adams up by 4. 18-14 your score. Crank with the ball. Back out top to Montgomery. Guarded by Rothwell. Montgomery's shot is waved off.
Foul charge number 2, James Rothwell. His first, team 5th. Jackson
Shoemaker back in the game
Jeff Pica.
for the Falcons, replacing Jeff Pica. Little risky, but hey, you're in the district finals. He just has to play smart.
Yep.
Montgomery with the ball, guarded by number 23, and that is Schweikert for North Adams. Kicks it down to Hannah. Inside to Kaiser. Kaiser out to Crank. Back out top to Montgomery. High screen set by Kaiser. Passes it over to Crank. Back out to Montgomery. Shoots an NBA 3. Nails
Good
it.
to go.
17-18 your score. Going to be a warning to the table. Someone swatted the ball when they shouldn't have.
Yep, going to be a delay game warning.
The one official, Jared, we refereed our state championship game going back several years ago.
Well, your state championship game, not our state championship game.
Correct.
I was never fortunate enough to make it to the big show, the big dance.
Yeah, let's just say you should have.
Yeah,
Passed
but that's
off to number 14, Osborne. Oh, what a play! These guys play so well together as a team. North Adams, well, both teams do actually.
Schweikert says, "Okay, you're going to leave me open right here. I'll just shoot it and I'll make it while I'm at it."
Montgomery with the ball, passes it to Kaiser. Kaiser to Crank. Crank back out top to Montgomery. NBA 3, no good. Kaiser comes away with it.
Oh, yep.
No good, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul charge number 14, Boston Osborne. His second, team 6. Ben Kaiser at the line, shooting 2 shots.
Kaiser looking to draw the Falcons to just 1. A little hard. North Adams comes away with it. Copas with the ball. Dribbles over toward coach. They're barking out a signal. Minute 15 to go in the half. Copas passes all the way down into the corner to Rothwell. Rothwell back out to Osborne. Back over to Rothwell. Nice head fake. Drives to the paint. Shot up. No good. Rebound. Hannah.
Good strong rebound there by Joe Hannah, able to hang on to the basketball, draw the foul.
Again, Hannah and Kaiser are cousins, and I think you had a competition going last Tuesday night. Which player from Minford had the best mullet?
Yeah, there was somebody that commented on the live feed and wanted to know who wins the best mullet. I still say even today from Tuesday, my pick was Bennett Kaser, and he still wins today. That's a pretty good mullet he's rocking down there.
A minute exactly remaining in the half, down to a 1-point game. Kaser looking to tie it up right here. Nope. But ball's loose. Gets his own
Came down
rebound.
with his own rebound.
Shot up, no good. North Adams comes away with it somehow.
And Schweiker gets called for a travel.
Again, Jared, the size differential between these two teams, Minford is much, much taller in height, but the intensity level that North Adams plays with really kind of offsets it. Oh, wow, he really went down awkward on his leg, but he's getting up just fine.
And that's a good call right there by the official. Number 14, Osborne from North Adams, undercut him as he went up to catch the pass. Goes down to the floor hard. The official makes the call. Unfortunately for Osborne, he's in foul trouble, and he's got to come out of the ball game.
So Minford looking to tie it up here again. Kaser at the line. First shot. It is good.
Nope, that's Hannah. That's Joe Hannah.
So is that 41? It is. I'm sorry. Yep.
They look alike. They play alike. Their hair is alike. They're related. It's easy to get them mixed up.
So North Adams looking to get Kopus free, and he is in the corner for a three. No good. Rebound, Montgomery. Again, Montgomery guarded by a little bit of confusion there on the sideline, but ball's going to be turned over to North Adams.
Well, went out of bounds. I think what North Adams was wanting was a foul, an offensive foul call for him extending his elbow, but it goes out of bounds and goes off of the offense, therefore goes back to North Adams anyways.
North Adams is probably going to go for one, and they are strongly denying Kopus the ball. Crank is guarding Kopus everywhere he goes. Nice pass. What great ball movement by North Adams. Swatted away, but it's going to stay North Adams' ball.
You know, this is exactly what Lucasville Valley tried to do on Tuesday night against North Adams and was unsuccessful in double teaming Kopus, but Minford doing a great job of that here this evening.
Inbounds, Schweikert with the ball, drives to the paint.
Nice pass.
What a play
defensively.
Back to him.
Oh.
Wow. What a half. Folks, this game has been everything it has been built up to be.
So what started as looking like this was going to be all Minford at the beginning of the first quarter, the start of this basketball game, has turned around, and now North Adams has a 1-point lead going into this half. So we're going to take a quick couple of minutes right here for a word from our sponsors, commercial from our fine people there at General Mills in Wellston, Ohio.
From General Mills, and also Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley. Thank you, Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley, for sponsoring our coverage of the Minford basketball team. Ellen is currently offering free Disney vacation planning. Take the stress out of vacation planning and contact Ellen at 740-981-7973. Thank you, Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley. Also, thank you to the Salon and Second for sponsoring our coverage of the Minford basketball team. Salon on Second is located at 513 2nd Street in Portsmouth, Ohio. Book an appointment with one of their great stylists today by calling 740-529-7166. Thank you again for Salon on Second. Again, we're going to take a break, folks, and be back here in just a few minutes. Again, you're watching and listening to Southeast District Championship Basketball right here on BMG Media. We'll be back right after this.
My name is Ben Reinhardt, and I have worked at General Mills for 9 years now.
Christopher Suter, and I've been working here, it'll be 10 years in October.
Linda Wilson, and I've worked here for 30 years.
Charles Stanley, and I've been working here for 30 years.
I'm a production team leader.
The operations manager for snacks, or pizza rolls.
FSA maintenance team lead.
I am currently a line lead.
One word I would use to describe General Mills would be superior.
Opportunities.
Great place to work.
Opportunity.
Favorite part about working in Wellston and living in Southern Ohio is, again, just the family environment that we have here.
A great group of people.
Born and raised here, so my family's here, but it really truly is about our people.
Feels like a big family. I think Southern Ohio people are really hospitable, very nice, and I like how laid back it is.
I've seen General Mills come a long way in my time here. Everything from the safety culture to the engagement of our workers.
I would say is really around our safety culture.
Oh my, over the last 30 years, huge improvements. Overall, it's just the way we work. And we truly do work smarter instead of harder now.
Making 20,000 cases of pizza roll a day was a lot. Now we make close to 170,000 or upwards sometimes of 200,000 cases a day. So that's been a big evolution just in automation and how well people know how to do their jobs, how professional they are.
One piece of advice I'd give is just come in with an open mind. Again, it's a big family environment here. We're going to put effort into you just like expect you to put effort into us. And just come in every day, just ready to work and ready to have fun, because it is fun. Now, you'll have trying days. It's just like any other job. But overall, the experience and the satisfaction you'll get out of it is well more than any kind of bad day you'll ever have.
My name is
Welcome back, sports fans, to the Convocation Center on the Ohio University campus here in Athens, Ohio. Jared Norris and I'm Bub Norris bringing you the action here this afternoon, the Minford Falcons and North Adams Green Devils. Jared, Minford trails by 1, 21-22 here, but this game is everything that it has been cracked up to be so far here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's going to go down to the wire. I'm almost positive of it. And couple things that are going to be key in this second half for both teams. Number one is composure. Minford and North Adams, obviously, judging by their records, they haven't been in too many close games throughout this season and haven't really experienced a whole lot of losses. So it's going to come down to which team is able to keep their composure throughout this close matchup for the rest of the game. And number two, it's going to be the adjustments that each coach made with each team to determine how this game is going to wind up. Both of them, obviously, excellent coaches, Coach Kopus for North Adams and Coach Shoemaker for Minford. It's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that they made at halftime to come back out here in this second half to combat the opposing team.
Jared, both teams have role model type players.
Yeah.
Minford, as you see, they have Kaser, they have Crank, they have Hannah and Shoemaker. All those kids are role players. Of course, Montgomery, again, is that guy that's the quarterback of the offense here on the basketball team.
As Kopus is for North Adams.
Exactly. But North Adams role players are much different than the Minford role players, but the intensity level that North Adams role players play at right now has been offsetting the talent level of Minford's role players, if that makes sense. So that kind of balances it out, but still you got to go with the height advantage that Minford has in the second half. I'm not sure what the foul situations are at this point. We'll try to maybe get those for you here in just a little bit. But Minford trails by 1, but what an outstanding second half this is going to be.
And really, you couldn't have two more different teams than what these teams are. They are completely different as far as the 5 guys that are on the floor for each team.
Kaiser with the ball, Shoemaker, then Crank. Crank gives the ball
great
fake.
Ball fake.
He steps in for a couple shots and pops it down.
That's a great ball fake and steps forward there. A couple more steps for a 2-point shot.
Minford takes the lead back on top again. 23-22 your score, just getting second half action underway. Kopus passes off to number 2, I believe that is.
Number 3.
3, Hessler. Minford almost comes away with the steal, but it goes out of bounds. Rothwell's going to take it out. Again, they're going to have Kopus out top on this series, guarded by Montgomery. Kopus almost unguardable when he does the step-back move. Kopus to the range shot. What a player.
Wow.
Tucked the ball on his hip as he went to the rack and scored. Puts North Adams back on top by 1. Montgomery with the ball. Guarded by Kessler. Passes it over to Kaiser. Then over to Crank on the right wing. Back out top to Montgomery. Montgomery looks, stop and pop, shot. Drains it from the corner of the foul line.
He's got to be getting awfully close to 1,000, folks.
What 2 nice players. Premier players in the Southeast District. We're talking about Kopus and Montgomery. Both. Kopus is a junior, Montgomery's a sophomore.
I just looked up at the Jumbotron. Montgomery's got 9. He's got 9 points so far in this ball game, so he's 8 points away from 1,000. Kopus for North Adams with 13 points so far in this contest.
Pass across to number 14, Osborne. He drives the lane, passes it back out to Rothwell. Rothwell back out top to Kopus, guarded by Montgomery. And, ooh. That's the kind of play that makes you go, ooh.
I didn't really see how the whole thing played out. I think the Minford fans wanted a carry, but it can't be a carry. His hand never went underneath the basketball. Your hand has to go all the way underneath the basketball, and you have to cup it in your hand for it to be a carry. It stayed on top the whole time. Just because he dribbles it really high, that doesn't mean it's a carry.
It just looked bad.
Yeah, it did. It was an awkward-looking play, that's for sure.
25-24 your score. Minford on top of North Adams. Kopus step back again, shoots the 3, no good. Rebound by number 3. He comes away with it. Cody Hessler back out top to Kopus again, guarded by Crank. And Kopus another step back, kicks it back over to Hessler. Kopus with downtown. Oh, right off the hands of Montgomery, right out of bounds.
He's trying not to step out of bounds with it and just couldn't reach far enough to grab it. Right off of his hands and out of bounds.
5:36 to go here in the third. Minford on top by 1. Trying to run a play off of Kopus, puts it back out and play to Rothwell, back out to number 3, Hessler, drives to the paint, shoots a little scoop, no good. Rebound.
Reagan
muscles his way back and puts it in.
Strong with it, Dylan Reagan was right there.
Just using his body strength and size to put North Adams back on top. The seesaw match continues to go. Montgomery kicks it in the corner to Hanna. Hanna to Shoemaker. Shoemaker inside to number 1, Kaser. No good. Rebound, North Adams. And the ball's loose on the floor, scrambled. Both kids are after it. We're going to have a held ball situation.
It's going to go back to North Adams.
4:58 to go here in the third. North Adams back on top by 1. As good as high school basketball, Jared, you're going to see anywhere is these two teams right here matched up. It's just unfortunate one of these teams are going to go home today.
Yeah, the most competitive matchup you're probably going to see throughout this entire Southeast District tournament. One of the most competitive anyways, I'll say that. I can't say that for any of the other games that we haven't seen.
Kopus with a shot, no good. What a rebound by Hanna. Goes high to get it. Montgomery again playing at the speed that he does. Passes to Hanna. Hanna to the rack shot.
Oh, yep. And that hurts. Let's hope Joe Hanna's okay. He got undercut right there. He ended up making the basket, but he got undercut and he came down hard on his back. Right on the floor.
Landed on his hip is what they're looking at right now.
It's either his hip or his back. Anyways, he landed really hard. Oh, right square on his back. Right square on his lower back. He got undercut. Don't believe it was anything intentional. Minford fans are wanting an intentional foul called. I don't believe it was anything intentional. You know, things like that happen, as we've seen through our years of experience on the basketball floor. A player just gets undercut and loses his footing. His feet go out from under him, and he comes down hard on the floor. And this is not going to be good for Minford if Joe Hanna is not able to come back into this game. It looks like he's going to go out.
He's going to go straight to the locker room, I believe.
Yeah, he's hurt pretty bad.
He's going to the bench.
His back is definitely, well, we'll say it's stoved up at this point, but let's hope it's no more than that for Joe Hanna. So his sub, by rule, has to shoot his one remaining free throw, and his sub is number 23, Bailey White.
6-foot senior. (27-26) your score. And for White to come off the bench and to complete the three-point goal, what a job he's done. Puts Minford on top by 2. Again, your matchup is Kopus and Montgomery. These two guys just exchanging blows each trip. Number 14 with a way downtown 3. And
Kaser with a good
rebound. Just went to the rack and got it. Montgomery hard to the basket. Shot short, no good. Rebound. Going to be a foul
on Kaser. So just going back real quick to the foul on Joe Hanna, just to kind of wrap that up for what we were talking about. Obviously, you and I have seen a lot of basketball plays through our years. Minford fans wanted an intentional foul on that. The reason it's not an intentional foul is because it was a basketball-style play. When it becomes an intentional foul is when it's a non-basketball type play, and it's with intent. It's intentional. That right there, Joe Hanna unfortunately got undercut, got his feet taken out from underneath him and landed hard there on his back. Looks like he's going to go back behind the bench there and get stretched out a little bit. He's with the athletic trainer, up on his feet, walking around.
That's a good sign.
Hopefully he's able to come back into this ball game for Minford Falcons.
Schweikert inbounds to Rothwell, I believe. Rothwell trying to get the ball to Kopus, and they do. 3:22 to go left here in the third. 28-26 your score. Falcons on top of the Devils. Kopus, what a crossover move to the basket. Wow. He could end up being District Player of the Year. I don't know if that's been selected yet or not, but what an athlete, what a player.
That's extremely difficult to defend right there.
He is so quick. Pass inside to Shoemaker. Back outside to Crank for the three. No good. Rebound, North Adams. Ball batted loose. North Adams comes away with it. Rothwell to the paint. Going to shoot another shot.
Oh, boy.
Score. North Adams now up by 2 with 2:40 to go in the third.
There's 2 back-to-back layups right there from North Adams.
Shoemaker, or not Shoemaker, but Montgomery. Shoemaker with the shot under the basket. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Rebounded by Shoemaker, and he's fouled.
Montgomery drawed some contact on the drive to the basket, but no call.
He did, and the thing that Miles Montgomery does a good job of is creating the illusion that the defender is creating the contact, which is, in my opinion, in his case, that's not the case.
Shoemaker's first shot, no good. Falcons trail by 2, 28-30 your score. Hanna back in the game now. It's a good sign for the Falcons.
And the support he's getting from the Minford Falcon fans is great right now.
Going to replace Kaiser, his cousin, at the moment. Shoemaker's second shot rattles it down. Going to be 29-30 your score. 2:25 to go in the third. Kopus with the ball, guarded by Montgomery. Kopus does a little shake and bake to the rack. Shot, no good. Goes off a couple players. I'll tell you what, Kopus is near impossible to guard.
Yeah.
Crank with a couple nice dribbles there. North Adams comes away with it. Rothwell with the ball.
Well, you've seen the pace of this game really pick up here in the last couple minutes.
Osborne for 3. Puts North Adams up top by 4 now with 1:54 to go. Again, Jared, this game has been everything that we thought it was going to be.
I had, and I said this Tuesday night, I'm pretty sure, I had the feeling that even though Minford was victorious the first time these two teams met earlier this year, Minford won 58-43, I believe, is what Paul Boggs informed us of. I had a feeling that this was going to be a completely different ball game because that's a pretty surprising score for these two teams. The first time that they met, Minford coming out victorious 58-43. I thought it would be a lot closer game than that. And I had a feeling that this game today was going to be just that, and it is. We've got a barn burner here with 1:54 to go in the third quarter so far.
And your two marquee players on the court right now, obviously, is Kopus for North Adams and Montgomery for Minford. Again, you can't scratch out the other players that Minford have that are outstanding players as well. We're talking about Kaiser, we're talking about Hanna, we're talking about Crank and Shoemaker. Those are all tremendous athletes. Now, North Adams in their own right have kids that have absolutely stepped up to the call and have performed even in last Tuesday's game, and they're doing it again here today.
Yeah.
Shoemaker to the rack. They're going to wave it off.
Got called for that arm coming around there across his back. We were able to see it from up here. The official got that call as he was driving to the basket there. You saw the arm come around, reach around his back. They're going to call that every time.
Reagan back in the game for North Adams. 1:37 to go here in the third. Falcons trail by 4 here in the third quarter. Ball inbounds to Kaiser. Passes it out to Shoemaker. Inadvertently.
And he gets bumped out of bounds.
Pretty good job of officiating, Jared, here in this ball game again this afternoon. These guys have done a great job. Pass to Shoemaker under the basket, score. Pulls back within 2. 33-31 your score. North Adams still on top by 2. With 1:20 to go here in the third. Again, Kate Copas guarded by Montgomery. Copas, again, we've made reference to, is so difficult to guard.
Oh, he's so quick. I'm confused on how that's a travel. I think that's a good basketball move.
Minute to go here in the third. Minford with an opportunity to tie it up on this series. Montgomery with the ball. Crank, Hannah, Kaiser, and Shoemaker. Skip pass across to Crank, looks at a 3. Drives in closer, passes it back out to Shoemaker. Shoemaker back out to somebody. He's looking to give it up to Kaiser, and Kaiser scores and ties it back up here again with 45 seconds to go in the third.
You know, right there on that last play, you have Jackson Shoemaker, a freshman, and you have Dylan Reagan, a senior. Shoemaker tried to dribble the baseline right there and was met by Dylan Reagan, the senior, and it's almost like Shoemaker just ran into a brick wall, just boom, just stopped.
North Adams content on just running the clock down and going for the last second shot, and Montgomery with the pleasure of trying to stop Copas. 12 seconds to go. They're opening up the paint for a one-on-one situation for Copas. Copas again trying to get to the rack. It's going to go off of his hands, and that's going to end it for third. Great defensive series that time. As you can see, boy, Kaiser there, or not Kaiser, but Hannah really still in a lot of pain out there. So that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. 33-33 is your score. Again, a shout out to some of our sponsors here again this afternoon. Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley for sponsoring our coverage for the Minford basketball team. Ellen is currently offering free Disney vacation planning. Take the stress out of vacation planning and contact Ellen at 740-981-7973. Thank you, Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley. Then also the Salon on Second. Thank you, Salon on Second, for sponsoring our coverage of the Minford basketball team. Salon on Second is located at 513 2nd Street in Portsmouth, Ohio. Book an appointment with one of their great stylists today. Call 740-529-7166. Thank you, Salon on Second. Jared, again, what a ball game here this afternoon.
Doesn't get much better than this.
33-33 your score. All tied up. And again, it's the Montgomery Copas show. And we're certainly hoping that Joe Hanna can finish this game strong for the Falcons. He is a much needed spoke in the wheel for this Falcon basketball team.
Absolutely.
Crank going to take it out for the Falcons. Gets it inbounds to Montgomery, and here we go. Fourth quarter way under action. Montgomery with the ball. He's going to stop and pop a 3. It's going to be short. Crank's going to come away with it for the Falcons. They're going to keep it. Crank's going to shoot it. No good. In and out. Rebound. Hannah comes. Nope.
Oh, boy.
Yes, Hannah off the bench with an injury. Puts it back. Score.
It didn't look at all like he is a bit injured on that play right there.
When the adrenaline gets to flowing, you kind of forget about those.
Guarantee he's going to be sore tomorrow, though.
And when he starts the next trip down the floor, he'll be feeling it again. He's going to finish the old-fashioned 3, and he does. Puts Minford back on top by 3.
He's running down the floor kind of gingerly right now.
And he's no easy task guarding Dreeston Schweikert either. Schweikert takes it to the basket.
To Reagan.
Reagan shot up, no good. Kaiser comes away with it. Montgomery with the ball. Montgomery again stripped out of his hands.
Well, it looked like that ball was tipped out of bounds. We'll see it right here on the replay. See,
it actually went off the leg, I believe, of the.
No, it got swiped, and it looked like Schweikert swiped it out of bounds.
Kopus tried to do the step back. Osborne with the ball, passes it to Kopus in the corner, looks at a three, passes it up. Crank's going to try to guard him now out top. Again, Kopus is just so quick, folks.
He is the floor general for the North Adams Green Devils.
Osborne with the stop and pop. Shot rolls around and goes down.
Great shot.
Back to a 1-point game with 6:35 to go in this one.
Stay tuned, folks. This one's going to go to the wire.
And the convo's going to be rocking here about the 3-minute mark. Everybody will be on their feet, no doubt.
Yep.
Montgomery's pass, tipped, stolen out top, given up to the number 14 Osborne, and he scores.
He scored, might have got away with the travel there too, just a little bit.
Puts North Adams back on top.
Montgomery, and the ball got tipped right there, it looked to be like, but here comes North Adams.
Schweikert for three, no good.
Boy, it took it a little bit to get there, but the intensity of this game has really picked up here, especially in the second half. The intensity and the pace of this game has picked up.
Not sure I would want Hannah out top guarding
Schweikert. Or no, that's Kaser. But you've got Hannah out top guarding Kopus. Wow, that absolutely unbelievable play by Branson Kopus. I mean, there's just almost no stopping him.
Puts North Adams back on top by three. Ball loose on the floor.
And we have a timeout. Boy, Joe Hanna just took another hard lick.
Young man's leaving it all on the court this afternoon.
Kudos to Joe Hanna tonight, leaving it all out there on the court and taking an absolute beating, that's for sure. But 30-second timeout taken by Coach Kopus and the North Adams Green Devils. 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this Division III District Championship basketball game here at the Convo. 39-36 your score in favor of the North Adams Green Devils.
We'd like to thank General Mills of Wellston for sponsoring our live coverage of the OHSA District Basketball Tournament. General Mills of Wellston is the preferred employer in the Southeast Ohio and are currently offering a $1,000 retention bonus for all the new hires. Apply today at careers.generalmills.com or by scanning the QR code shown on your screen throughout the game. Thank you, General Mills of Wellston, for your sponsorship. Also want to shout out to Lockwood Insurance of Wellston for sponsoring this game this afternoon. Lockwood Insurance is also a preferred insurance provider in Southeast Ohio, and their agents are ready to take your call and see how they can help you with all your insurance needs. 740-384-2020. Give them a call today. North Adams retains possession, up by three. 39-36 your score. Kopus with the ball out top. Gives it up to Schweikert, over to Osborne. Osborne turns the corner, tries to go to the rack and does. And again, just one of those role players, Jared, that just keeps producing.
He is, and great defense right there on that play by Shoemaker. There's just nothing else he could do.
Largest lead by either team here today, 5. North Adams with the lead. Shoemaker's shot, no good. Rebound, North Adams. This could be a huge score deficit. And at this point in the game. Schweikert for three from the corner.
Wow. Boy, he just busted this one wide open.
Back up to an 8-point game. Shoemaker for three. No good. Rebound.
Pika.
He's going to be fouled. Wow, only 7 fouls called, make that 8 fouls called the entire second half.
In favor of the Minford Falcons.
Yes. So Minford having 2 fouls on the second half. And North Adams with 6. 44-36 your score. North Adams on top. Out top to back into Shoemaker, and he's going to draw the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
And he knew it too. He was Branson Copas right there was looking for the big swat, the big block, and he just made too much contact with Jackson Shoemaker there.
Shoemaker, the freshman, going to the line to shoot 2. 3:55 to go in this one. His first shot is up. It is good. Shoemaker with 12 here. He's the leading scorer for Minford here this afternoon. Second shot is up. Also good. North Adams, what a no-look pass.
Oh,
what a no-look pass.
Oh, my. Wow, that had me fooled.
Back to an 8-point game. 3:35 to go. Win, you keep playing. Lose, you go home. Montgomery looks at a 3. No good. Rebounds. Falcons come away with it.
Great shot right there, Kaser. And a timeout.
Quick timeout by the Falcons takes it back to a 6-point game. Again, shout out to our sponsors once again here. Without our sponsors, we would not be able to bring you high school tournament action. Again, thank you to the Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley for sponsoring our coverage of the Minford basketball team. Ellen's currently offering free Disney vacation planning. Take the stress out of vacation planning and contact Ellen today at 740-981-7973. Thank you, Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley. And then also thank you, Salon on Second, for sponsoring our coverage of the Minford basketball team. Salon on Second is located at 513 2nd Street in Portsmouth, Ohio. Book an appointment with one of their great stylists today. Call 740-529-7166. Thank you again, Salon on Second.
I think I might go get my hair done and then go to Disney.
Get your nails done.
We'll go to the Salon on Second and get our hair done, and then go to
General
Ellen
Mills
Horsley.
and get me some pizza rolls.
There you go.
And then after I get done eating pizza, go get me some insurance.
We'll just do it all at one time.
Make one trip to it.
Yep.
3:17 to go in this one. Folks, it's everything we thought it was going to be. 46-40 your score. North Adams on top of Minford.
I look for the Minford Falcons to make a run here.
Rothwell with the ball. Kicks it ahead to Reagan. Back out top to Copas. Copas is going to reset everything with 3:08 to go. Copas guarded by Kaser. Pass to the corner. Again, we see what North Adams is going to do. They're going to kick it out.
They're going to play keep away,
That's
run the
what
clock.
they're gonna do.
Schweiker for 3.
Swat. North Adams gets it back.
And he gets called for a foul. Kaser with a foul. But that's only the 3rd foul of the half on Minford, so so North Adams is still well away from the 1-on-1 bonus here in the second half.
Reagan out top to Schweikert, back over to Osborne, back out top to Copas. And we'll try to double team him. Not sure that'll be a good idea. Somebody would be open. Copas is back again to Osborne in the corner. Looks at the 3. Back out top to Copas again.
This is where I would like to see the state of Ohio OHSAA implement a shot clock for high school basketball.
Schweikert shot no good. Rebound Reagan. Back up, shot no good.
Oh.
Rebound.
Boy, 2 missed opportunities right there for North Adams to put some more points on the scoreboard.
Minford just not able to get some of these shots to fall here late with 2:02 to go.
That they have not. It seems like there's a lid on that basket down there for the Minford Falcons. Not a whole lot of their shots have been successful here, especially in this second half.
They're shooting 38% here in the second half, or for the ball game, and North Adams 42%.
And you have to be careful right there, that type of foul, not picking up an intentional foul, because that's what we're talking about. That's a non-basketball type foul. He just reached and grabbed a handful of jersey, and obviously with intent. So Minford has to be careful not pick up an intentional foul right there.
They still have 2 fouls to give. Out top to Osborne, back to Rothwell. Rothwell's going to dribble out top, back out top to Osborne, back over to Rothwell, back to the corner to Schweikert, back to Rothwell into the basket.
Wow.
Seems like everything North Adams is shooting
North
right now is
Adams
going in.
can't miss, and Minford can't buy a basket.
Montgomery shoots a long three.
Montgomery
and he
can, though.
it.
And a timeout, quick timeout by Coach Shoemaker.
5-point game with 1:37 to go. Jared, again, we have timeout situation. Minford has 2 fouls to give, and North Adams is putting Minford in the bonus. So the fouls are getting close together. The shooting percentage obviously is been something that's plagued Minford here the second half.
Yeah.
But 5-point game, 1:37 to go. Doesn't matter who has how many fouls at this point in the ball game. You're in it to win it now. So just to try to finish this thing out strong.
Well, I hate to see either one of these two teams have to go home after tonight. And unfortunately, one of them has to, and one of them moves on. But you're looking at two terrific ball teams right here. Each team deserves to win this basketball game, but unfortunately, only one of them can. And I look for either one of these teams from here on out to have a really good run at the whole thing after this ball game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens at the end of this one, and then whatever happens after this one with whichever team is successful after tonight.
What North Adams has been able to do so far tonight, Jared, is to match, or what Minford has not been able to do is to match the intensity of North Adams here this evening.
Well,
Huge
we saw
size
that
differential coming in here tonight, but North Adams just plays so great as a unit, as we mentioned last Tuesday night. Plays great as a unit.
Exactly.
They're going to play keep away now. Schweikert's going to go to the line. Nope, got one more foul to give. Take the ball on the side. That was not the 6th foul. That was the.
That makes the 6th foul. So,
yes. So it'd be taken out on
goes
the
to
side.
the sideline right here, and then the next foul, North Adams will be shooting the 1-on-1 bonus.
Again, a solid job by the officiating crew here this evening. Kopus is going to take the ball in the backcourt with 1:29 to go.
And that's exactly who North Adams wants at the line in this situation, shooting their 1-on-1 bonus is Branson Kopus.
Number 23, Bailey White, his first foul. Team 7.
5-point ball game, 1:28 to go. Still a lot of time left.
Focus at the line, 1 at the bonus.
Kopus' first shot up is good. We want to remind you to stick around for the next game as well. It will be starting, I believe, at 6 o'clock. So stick around for that game. You'll have a new set of announcers for that game. Kopus' second shot, no good. Rebound. Kaser gives it up to Montgomery, 1:24 to go. 5-point ball game. Minford's got a score on this series. Kaser looks at a 3, shoots a 3, no good, and still cannot buy a basket here late.
Seems like everything's come up short for the Minford Falcons here tonight. Don't know if it's the atmosphere here, the combo, the backdrop, or what, but it seems like most of their shots from beyond the three-point line have come up short of the mark.
1:16 to go, 5-point game. Schweikert to the line for North Adams. First shot is up. No good. Montgomery comes away with 1:13. 5-point spread. Minford down by 5. Montgomery drives to the rack. Blocked. Clean block on the play again. Going to be fouled by Shoemaker. Going to put Schweikert to the line now. Great block that time. All ball, as we see on the replay there.
Yep.
Great block by North Adams. Again, the role players for North Adams. Again tonight, Jared, we've seen them last Tuesday night. We've seen them here this evening. Have stepped up and done an outstanding job.
Absolutely, they sure have.
Kaser with the rebound. Gives it ahead to Montgomery with a minute to go. 5-point game. Montgomery way downtown. No good. And going to get Kaser with the on-the-back call.
It's going to be five fouls for Brennan Kaser.
Hanna going to make his way back. That's been a notable injury for Minford tonight. As you can see, Hanna still very, very gingerly comes back in the game with 54 seconds to go. Can we get a replay on that foul real quick, Mr. Producer? No?
Not sure what the confusion was there.
Making sure we had the correct free throw shooter on the line.
And it is that Branson Copus, Bennett Kaser at the other end of the floor there, made contact with him on the rebound.
Make it a 7-point ball game with 54 seconds to go. Again, two outstanding teams here. You hate to see either one of these teams go home, but what an outstanding game. Copus again. If he's not the district player of the year as a junior, I don't know who's going to be. If there's a player in the Southeast District that is better than him, I want to see him.
Let me tell you what I'm seeing right now from the Minford bench and the Minford sideline. It just seems like the air has been let out of the balloon from their bench and their fans. With this 8-point ball game, 54 seconds to go, still anything can happen. There's still a lot of time on the clock and a lot of basketball to be played. You don't like to see Minford give up so easy and so quickly. Hopefully they're able to come out of this timeout and build some intensity, get a basket or two, and make this a really, really close ball game. But we'll see.
8-point game at this point with 54 seconds to go. Again, your guy that you don't want to foul for sure is Copus and put him on the line, but you may not have a choice depending on where the ball is during the course of action. The number 23 in the game for Minford right now, that's Bailey White. He's a senior. Montgomery with the ball, and the Falcons have got to get a shot quick. They can go with a 2-point goal if they have to. Yeah, that was not a real good foul there by Reagan.
Well, what happened there, Jackson Shoemaker's just a little bit quicker than Reagan, and Reagan wasn't able to get his feet moving all that well and made some body contact, and Shoemaker drew the foul.
Shoemaker's first shot, no good.
Everything coming up short for the Falcons.
See if he pulls it out here, and he does. A wide open player under the basket.
Wide open underneath the basket.
Wrap it up. 30 seconds, 10-point ball game. Montgomery's three, no good. Rebound, Reagan for North Adams. 23 seconds to go. Bar some type of catastrophe, looks like North Adams, if they can hang on to this thing, will be moving on.
And North Adams just built off of the intensity that they had going into halftime, came out the second half, just continued with that intensity, and they are going to be coming away victorious in this ball game. Moving on to the next level, the Sweet 16 regional tournament in Division III from the Southeast
Let's talk about the role players, Jared, real quick for North Adams that have done an outstanding job tonight. Number 2, Jace Rothwell. Number 3, Cody Hessler.
Yeah.
Of course, Branson Copus, their go-to guy, and then number 14, Carson Osborne, and then Dylan Reagan. Copus again being their main player, but the other 4 guys have stepped up and had a solid night tonight. Copus has 20, but then Osborne has 14, or 13 rather, and then Reagan has 5, so some pretty balanced scoring throughout the night there for North Adams.
Well, that's what makes a great basketball team is you have the one guy that's kind of like, as you've said, the quarterback, which is Branson Copus, and then you have 4 other guys out there on the floor where you don't have a weak link whatsoever. You just have all 4 of those guys are supporters, and they just make the offense and the defense run so smooth, and it makes for a great basketball team.
They play so well together
yes.
as a unit.
Yes.
They're not the biggest team in the world, and that may affect them as they move on. But again, if they run into another team that's not able to match their intensity, they play so well together as a unit. Yep. They can be hard to guard. And I don't know anybody around that's going to be able to guard Copus. He's near impossible to guard. Crank for a 3, no good. Number 24 with a 3, no good. And that's going to wrap it up here, folks, this afternoon. North Adams comes away victorious with an 8-point victory over the mighty Minford Falcons, 54-46, as North Adams tops Minford here at the Convocation Center for the district finals.
I want to give a great big shout out to the Minford seniors, as this is going to be their last game of the year. Number 5, Adam Crank. Number 11, Jeffrey Pica. Number 23, Bailey White. Number 24, Noah Martin. And number 41, a guy that we heard and saw a lot of tonight, that's Joe Hanna. We want to say good luck to each of you in your future endeavors, whether that be a collegiate career or whatever path that you so choose in the future. We wish each of you the best of luck, and congratulations to the Minford Falcons on a fantastic basketball season this year.
They had a terrific season, a terrific run. We want to send out a shout to our sponsors once again, Jared, before we wrap it up here this afternoon. Thank you to Magical Memories by Ellen Horsley for sponsoring our coverage of the Minford basketball team. Ellen's currently offering free Disney vacation planning. Take the stress out of vacation planning on contact. Contact Ellen at 740-981-7973. Then also the Salon on 2nd, located at 513 2nd Street in Portsmouth. Book your appointment with one of their great stylists today, 740-529-7166. Then also a shout out to General Mills of Wellston. I'd like to thank them for covering the OHSA District Basketball Tournament. General Mills of Wellston is the preferred employer of Southeast Ohio, an area currently offering, and they are currently offering a $1,000 retention bonus for all new hires. Apply today at careersgeneralmills.com or by scanning the Q code shown on your screen. Thank you, General Mills. And then our last sponsor, thank you again, guys, Lockard Insurance of Wellston, for covering our tournament action. Lockard Insurance is a preferred insurance provider in Southeast Ohio, and their agents are ready to take your call and see how they can help you with your home and auto insurance. Again, thank you, Lockard Insurance. You can reach them at 740-384-2020. Thank you, folks, for your sponsorship. If it wasn't for the sponsors, we would not be able to offer this free service to all of our viewers and listeners here this afternoon. So thank you so much, so much for making this possible. As a recap, Jared, the North Adams Green Devils come away victorious 54-46. Give us your recap here, Jared.
Well, like I was saying earlier, North Adams had the intensity going in at the half, which switched from the intensity that the Minford Falcons had at the beginning of this ball game. Minford led for most of the first quarter, I believe, and most of the second quarter, about halfway through the second quarter, and then North Adams gained the lead about halfway through the second quarter and took that intensity right into halftime, and they built on that and stayed with it throughout the second half, was able to retain the lead all throughout the second half and come away victorious. Obviously, Branson Copus being the floor general out there for the North Adams Green Devils, and all the support that he has around him. Those guys play with just such intensity and such speed. There's not a whole lot that you can do once Branson Copus drives the paint unless you step in front of him and take a charge. There's really no good answer for him. And the Minford Falcons saw that tonight. Unfortunately, their season has come to an end.
Folks, we want to encourage you to continue to view. We're going to stay live and view the trophy presentations here. And then stick around for the next game.
South Point and Zane Trace.
Zane Trace. Another terrific basketball game and matchup between those two teams here in Southern Ohio. So, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. For Jared Norris, I'm Bub Norris saying thank you for tuning in, for watching Southeast District basketball here on BMG Media. So I want to say good night, God bless. God bless America, everybody.
With some valuable minutes, Camden Butterworth. Joining him on that court, Preston Schweikert. And your starters, Jace Rockwell, Cody Hessler, Carson Osborne, your senior, Dylan Reagan. And carrying on the Cowboy tradition, Branson Cowboy Copus. Head coach Nathan Copus and his staff. Your district champs, the Green Devils of North Adams.